It's not impossible to work a 9 to 5 and build a multi-million-dollar crafting business. I did it, and let's talk about how. I'm Kylea, your favorite crafter and crafting coach, and I'm going to tell you exactly how I got there. Let's get into it. In this video, I'm going to show you how I went from craft to cash. So I was working as a teacher, and I say 9 to 5, y'all, but actually I was working from about 7 to 3. And I was also coaching cheerleading. I was also in school working on my doctorate at the University of Georgia. I was also pushing out baby after baby, y'all. I got 4 kids, okay? And it was a lot. It felt like I was drowning quite often. And I really wanted to grow my crafting business to have something that I could be proud of for me. I wanted to grow my crafting business because I know that as a creative, it's really important for us to grow the things that we love so much. And oftentimes, as women, just as humans in general, we forget about the things that bring us joy. We're so focused on the next dollar, we're not focused on things that are going to actually bring us joy. So I decided I was going to grow my crafting business. In the beginning, it was a little ghetto. I was spending more money on supplies. I was using checks from my job to go get supply after supply, machine after machine. I was investing in so much equipment. I was on YouTube University hard. I was doing all of these things, and the money in my bank account wasn't matching that. In fact, it was actually going down a little bit. And that's when I realized that I really needed to do something to change. And I had to really shift my mindset. I had to think about my skill sets and how I could apply those to my crafting business. What I realized was most crafters' biggest mistake is treating their business like a hobby, and they're not integrating business skills with it. So I had to take those skills that I had from being a business and marketing teacher. I had to take those skills that I had from teaching other things and from having other successful businesses and apply those to my little crafting business. As creatives, we want to do all the fun stuff, right? Like, hey, where's the Cricut? Hey, what are we making today? Hey, let's make some cute stuff. We don't want to think about finances. We don't want to think about profit margins and profitability. We just want to make cute stuff, right? And as I was growing my crafting business, I had to decide in that moment that as the CEO now, and I'm wearing that hat, that my business did not care about my feelings. So I had to sit down and really commit to and enter this relationship with myself and make promises to myself that I was going to do the work to grow a business. And I outlined what that looked like. I outlined what that meant for my business. I outlined financial goals. When I first started crafting, I literally was like, hey, I just want to make some extra money for my nails and my hair products. Hair products are expensive, okay? But so I can get my nails done, get some hair products, buy my fast food, indulge in my little treats. And then when I started making money, that just turned into so much more. My mindset was so far off from what my business would eventually grow into. I had no idea what was to come. So when that money started rolling in and I started building on these business principles and applying my frameworks that I've created from Craft to Cash, my business just started opening doors for me that I never knew existed. And it wasn't just all about social media and marketing on platforms. It was about doing work behind the scenes as a private labeler, working for other businesses, creating their items for them, bartering with people. There were just so many doors that opened when I started sharing my gift and sharing it more openly and working on orders. So now I start putting these systems in place, and I wasn't just relying on me or word of mouth or my family and friends, y'all, because that gets real ghetto real fast. I wasn't just relying on DMs for orders anymore. I wasn't just waiting for, people to hop in my DMs only for me to tell them, yeah, I'll send you some examples when I get a chance. I started putting systems into place to eliminate a lot of those issues and getting my websites up so that people could purchase and purchase fast. And then I'm able to make money in my sleep. And that's a huge deal for me. I'm making money while I'm changing diapers. I'm making money while I'm at work. I'm making money when I'm out brunching. I'm making money when I'm doing the other things in my life that I love and don't love doing, right? So I think that was a huge part of my journey and just making all those changes and shifts. And then once I put those systems into place, I was like, okay, wow, this works. What else can I try? What else can I add to my business? What other equipment do I want? Sometimes we think that we have to have all of these things to start, without, before we can be successful, and we don't. I didn't always have the 3D printers and tons of embroidery equipment and wide format printers and DTF printers and all that stuff. I started very small and I was very profitable even though I was small. And when I teach my master classes, when I do trainings and stuff, that's one of the big things I focus on. You don't have to go broke to have a successful business. You don't have to go broke. You don't have to struggle in overwhelm. You don't have to struggle in silence. And y'all, the biggest thing that'll mess us up is hustle culture. You also don't have to be staying up until 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and only sleeping a few hours to be successful. And the biggest thing that crafters do wrong is we rely so heavily on hustle culture. You're not really thinking about the numbers. You're not thinking about the math. You're not even thinking about what makes common sense. And a lot of the crafters that I serve as a coach, they are professionals. They have professional jobs. They have huge skill sets. They often lead teams, and they've been professionals for a very long time. Or they might even be retired professionals that are now responsible for taking care of the home. And again, leaning in on hustle culture says, I have to work harder. I have to focus on more orders. I have to build, but it's about that strategy to be able to build right. And I'll give you an example of what that might look like. So I used to focus heavily on making a million different types of t-shirts so I could share pictures and do mock-ups and get things on my website. And then I said, well, maybe I could just get the artwork and make mock-ups. That was something that pushed me a lot further. The same thing with my embroidery or my 3D printers. Sometimes we're not relying on technology to help us get there. We're spending way too much time getting that product to our website when really you have to take action and take action fast. Another big problem that I used to face as a crafter was relying on only myself to get everything done. There are multiple streams of income in the crafting industry. There are multiple ways to make money in the crafting industry, and I don't have to be the captain of all of them. I don't just rely on my own skill set, even though I can do it. I rely on other people. If I can go buy some amazing artwork for $1.99, if I can hire a design team to create all my designs for me and I can focus on marketing and monetizing, that is what is going to help me grow and take it to the next level. I'm very firm on in this stage of my life, I can have it all, but I can't do it all. So even within the crafting industry, knowing that I could make every single design by myself, I am okay with supporting other small businesses and helping increase their business while also growing mine. We are so much better together. We are so much better when we collaborate. And that mindset shift was so huge for me in my business. And another thing I would say, like if I had to look at what was going on between when I had 1K months to now, would be consistency. Sometimes we just don't show up because we're exhausted. And guess what? That's very human. Not showing up because you're tired, you're exhausted. Life is lifing, kids are kidding, like job is jobbing. You're wearing all these different hats and you just can't figure out what needs to happen for you to get there. By the time you get home at the end of the day, you're like, no, not me. I don't have time. No, not me. Let me go kick this basket of laundry over. All the things that you're juggling and struggling with should be on the back burner, right? To growing your business. Now, how do we do that while making sure that our house is not on fire? We have to make sure that we are planning for success. The only way that you're going to show up consistently is if you plan for success. You can't tell yourself, oh, I'm going to post content every single day, unless you've recorded some of that content and have it scheduled to go out. So those are all of the things, because I would constantly feel like a failure. I would always feel like if only my time was set up like her time was, if only I had the same situation that she had, if only my full-time job was as easy as hers. And now that I'm in the industry, now that I know a lot of other people that are growing their businesses as well, I realize that those were also broken mindsets. We have to use the time that we do have to make sure we have success in our businesses. And now when I schedule my content out, I plan for making, marketing, and monetizing. I do what I can do to make sure that I can take care of everything, right? And it really is about knowing how to put those things into place, especially as a creative, because we're always seeing new things. We're always growing. Our minds are expanding. Wow, wow, wow. This is amazing. AI, this is so much going on that you have to have your plan for success. And that's kind of what I teach now. I teach it because I live it. That's where I'm at in life now. So welcome to my channel. I hope you have fun around here, and I can't wait to help you make, market, monetize. And if you need any resources, I have them all listed in my description below. Definitely comment and let me know, what do you do for your business and where are you looking to grow? Let's talk about it. It's time to go from craft to cash.